Call to order, Violet Township Board of Trustees special meeting, 6:30 PM, Wednesday, July 21st, 2021. Ms. Niekamp, call the roll.
Mr. Dunlap,
Present.
Mrs. Wild,
Present.
Mr. Monholland.
Present.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. I will go ahead at this time and turn the hearing over to our law director, Mr. Josh Horsek.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We're here for a hearing relating to resolution number 2021-0505-03. This resolution provided for the removal of an unsafe structure located at 6185 Mammy Drive, Pickerington, Ohio. The property owner, William Juris, requested a hearing to which he is entitled under the statute. Following this hearing, the board can either proceed with the removal, dismiss the action, or enter into an agreement for specific actions with Mr. Juris, if that's the board's inclination. Just as a bit of background, the removal was based on a findings and orders issued by the Violet Township Building Department. The findings and orders were entered on June 23rd of 2020. The findings and orders indicated that this building was a hazard and gave the property owners until July 31st of 2020 to eliminate the hazards or to vacate the premises. It's unclear whether the premises have in fact been vacated. My understanding from Adult Protective Services is that they were, but there seems to be some contention either way with that. I'm just going to outline a few of the findings by the building inspector. They included 3 inches of black water excrement on the basement floor of the front dwelling, failure of electrical, plumbing, and HVAC systems to pass inspection, holes in the kitchen ceiling showing where plumbing has failed, no safe egress paths from room to room, rooms that show leaks having occurred from the roof, and the dwelling at the rear of the property on a 7-foot high 4x4s was occupied as a dwelling unit. This is a tree house, basically. No portion of that structure, that 250-foot structure, meets the criteria for the residential building code. So at this time, I would say that the board can open it up to Mr. Juris, if he's in attendance, to state his case as to why this removal should not proceed.
Mr. Juris?
That would be my father. I believe he's running late, but I can speak on his behalf.
Well, the board wants to open it up to anybody to speak. That would be fine, I suppose.
I have no problem if he wants to speak, but he just stand to the podium, give his name and address.
My name is Dante Juris. I'm the son of the property owner, William Juris.
What's your address?
6185 Mamie Drive. Yeah, so right now we are working on addressing a lot of the issues with the house. So basically, my father has acknowledged that he has an issue with hoarding. It's been a problem he's struggled with for a while, and I finally convinced him to seek counseling for it. And he's now allowing me to pretty much take over the process of getting the house fixed up and in order. So to this point, so far, we have gotten the roof completely replaced, and we have taken steps towards getting the electric and plumbing done. Right now, we're working on getting money together to get a junk removal service to come in and remove most of the stuff, which is very trying for my father, again, because he does suffer from the mental illness of hoarding, so it's very difficult for him. But like I said, right now we've gone through the process of having a quote issued, and we're getting the money together to get rid of a lot of the stuff. That way, we can bring in electricians and plumbers to fix some of the issues.
Any questions from the board?
You gave that location as your address. Are you living there currently?
No, I'm not.
Then what is your address?
I stay in Avon, Ohio. It's up in Cleveland.
father living there?
No, he has, he's staying at the extended stay in Columbus. He has a room there.
Is anyone living in that residence at this time?
No. There you are.
Is that your father just came in?
Yeah.
Okay, he needs to make his comments to us.
Mr. Juris, just to quickly bring you up to speed, I'm the Township Law Director. You've requested this hearing. The board is considering whether to proceed with the removal of the property as indicated in their prior resolution, or to dismiss that, or some, compromise in between there. So I outlined some of the findings that were made by the building department. Your son was just addressing some of the steps that have been taken to remedy the issues at the property.
The property was, I have the billings with me, but the air conditioning and heating unit was modified and really replaced entirely during around December, January. The septic system or the water system that uses it was upgraded or replaced around that same time, and both were considerable expenses, and I can provide that billing information. On July 2nd, I believe, a Friday, the roof was replaced entirely, so about close to $24,000, and with a 50-year warranty. So we're still working on the basement. Needs to be emptied out, really, because it was subject to flooding last year. So, and that's what we're dealing with right now. You have any questions?
When did you say the septic system was brought up to code?
As far as I know, yeah. I know that somebody mentioned something about the system. It's the water system that drains into the septic. That I think there was a screw missing on the cap, and somebody cited us for that, and that's. But otherwise, it was okay.
Is a septic system a septic tank or an aerator?
Yeah, it was drained out. It was entirely drained. It was time for it to be drained because it's every 3 to 5 years you have to drain it.
So it's a septic tank,
Yeah,
and the leach field works.
and the leach fields are right near it.
Has the Fairfield County Board of Health inspected the sewer system to make sure that it's okay?
As far as I know, it's okay. So,
My question was, has the Fairfield County Board of Health inspected it and says it's okay?
no, I don't believe so.
The water, is that that's a well? Is that working? Is it potable water?
As far as I know, I was told by somebody that it was proper water. So,
Well, the Board of Health can take a sample and tell you whether it's potable or not, and that's at no charge.
I understand that. I don't know if they've done that. So.
You have to submit the sample.
Okay, be glad to do that. And we have done that in the past periodically because of adopting some children and having to meet very strict requirements with regards to water quality, uh, fire control, all that stuff.
And you said that you're working on the water that's in the basement to solve that situation?
Yes, trying to remove just about everything from the basement, including the walls, and cleaning it. So, and then we're going to have somebody come in and do a good job on properly disinfecting everything.
Does the basement have a sump pump?
Yes, it does.
Is it operational?
Right now, no. It doesn't, I can make it operational the next day, but there didn't seem to be a need to do that.
So how do you propose to clean out everything in the basement if there's water and the sump pump's not working?
Oh, well, we have a shop vac, and that would be for removal of the water and the mud.
Kelly, what are the things that would need to be done in order for this to be brought up? I guess, I know he said that he can have the septic and the water checked, and maybe that's fine now, and the roof is replaced. As far as he would still have to do the electric and plumbing? Okay. What on the outside would need to be done in order to bring this?
It's a separate nuisance action that helps with storage of the stuff.
Okay. So if he had somebody come in and remove all of the items from the inside, presumably that would happen on the outside as well? Is that correct?
Yes, the estimate we provided includes the outside as well as inside.
Okay. And then Don, what in the inside needs to be done in order to bring this?
Why don't we just have the building inspector give us his report? That'll answer a lot of our questions.
Okay.
What has to be done? Can we have, is it all right if we have him do that now?
Yeah, you can have him speak now. His findings and orders were made part of the original resolution, but he may be able to provide some more insight into that.
Yeah, I think
You need to come to the podium, Mr. Don, and say who you are.
My name is Donald Day, a residential building official. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Thank you, Mr. Depp.
Just like to say that if they can replace the systems to operate in their original intention from when the house was originally erected decades ago, then they're fine. If it can get the electrical systems to work properly so that the well, and that was a question I guess I had. Did you guys take care of the well pump? I think.
Sorry, I'm a little bit hard of hearing.
Okay. Were you able to take care of the well, the pump for the well outside?
Yes.
Okay, so the pumps take care of it. And so,
Yeah, the whole thing from the pump all the way to where in the aeration unit, pressure unit, whatever else, that's part of it that was replaced as well.
so the electrical is functioning now.
Yeah.
Inside the
It
house.
can pump.
It'll work the pump and it'll work the area.
The pump, there's other electrical issues, but in relation to the water.
Right. Yeah, the code basically says with whatever systems it, and alterations and additions that the house can't be made less effective. Okay, so in other words, it should be operating in the same way and equivalent to what it was decades ago when it was first built. So that's where we want to go with the electrical system, to make sure that every aspect of the electrical system is working the way it was years ago. And that's straight up code language. It's nothing I'm making up on the fly or anything. Any questions?
So basically, Mr. Day, you're saying if they have water, sewer, and electric, that's functional, that's all they really need.
Yeah, and obviously, I believe they said something about already